So good.
It's
So
so
good.
good.
Sorry, it's just water.
Oh, no
Really
vodka?
excited. Yeah,
Fuck.
I know it looks like it. Hello everybody, welcome to our second episode of Keeping Up with MDN. Today we're joined with our education lead, Nick Chan. Welcome, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no worries.
Very honoured to have you here. Nick, start us off, tell us a bit about yourself, your role in the team.
Yeah, so I'm the education lead for Monash Deep Neuron. So some of you might be asking what that means. So at Monash Deep Neuron, we pride ourselves on kind of educating as well as ourselves about AI. We want to spread that around to everybody else, so everyone in the public as well. So at the moment we have two teams. We have the outreach team and we have our law and ethics committee.
And you're responsible for both?
But yeah, so I oversee both, but I think my role is more just like supportive and whatnot. I suppose I am an executive level at MDN.
And how did you find MDN? How did you find this role, your previous roles?
Yeah, so I found MDN through a friend who was already in it. Okay. He was a deep learning engineer.
Nice.
And then I had also another friend who was in HPC as well. And I was thinking to myself, well, I'm not the most technically gifted person. I don't know
Fair enough.
you, but
no, that's why I changed my mind.
I think. And so I was like, well, what's like a fun way to get my foot in the door and try to like get my broaden my horizons about AI. I was like, I knew I liked teaching. I had some. So before I joined MDN, I had like sports coaching jobs, and I knew that I was like good at like teaching to some extent.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe the outreach team is like good for a way for me to get in, and that way if I can teach AI, surely I would know more about AI as well. So
definitely.
I joined as an outreach coordinator around about semester 2 of 2022 of my first year.
And for our viewers who don't know, tell us a bit about the outreach program in general. What does it mean? I know you do you're involved a lot with schools and basically like visiting those schools, teaching them, but how does it run? How does the format lay out of a workshop, for example?
Yeah, I think like the school outreach is such a special team. I feel like when I first joined, I honestly didn't expect. I read the description of it. I was like, oh, we visit schools, we go teach these things. And then when you actually join, I'm like, oh, we actually do this kind of thing. A lot more. I'm like, I gotta step up.
It's a big role.
It's a big role, and but it's so exciting when you go to a school. So as for like what it's like to be in outreach and whatnot, I think I thought it was like very meaningful work, because I think everyone in that team, and same for law and ethics or the whole of the education branch in general, is that whenever you join this kind of team, it's like a lot of passion in it as well. So if anyone out there is looking to join education, any of the education teams for that matter, or want to join something like this, I think a lot of it is based off how passionate you are for not only or MDN or any company or anything that you're joining, but like whether you actually like really want to like teach something like that.
And for the kids as well, like for students to have that sort of role model who's sharing their enthusiasm and passion for
exactly.
It. So important.
I think I help, because I'm coming from outreach. I think whenever my coordinators ask, "Ooh, what should I do for this? What should I do for that?" Because I've done quite a few workshops now, and I say to them, "Just be yourself." And it's so corny, and it's super duper corny. Yeah, just be yourself. But the thing is that you kind of have to throw yourself in the deep end and like struggle a little bit, if you get what I mean. Because like the way you find your teaching, you have to find your teaching style in order to help the kids. Because if you don't develop that unique style, kids can't resonate with it. I'm sure we've all had like, I don't know, like really good teacher,
that one teacher that stood out.
One really good teacher that stood out, and they didn't really care about, or they didn't really care about like what others thought of them. But if you were unique and you knew how to teach in your own specific way, you can definitely connect with kids. Because one of the things we asked our coordinators is how do you like handle a situation where it's like where the kid's not paying attention, and like how do you connect with that?
Yeah.
Why do you think they're not paying attention? And it is really important questions that we ask as well. So I think we are at Outreach, we are continuously trying to improve ourselves as educators, as well as trying to educate ourselves about the greater world.
Double role.
Yeah,
Double role.
it's really fun, and the team's really good.
Yeah,
like
and you bring the energy, you bring the fun time.
You gotta bring energy to them no matter where you're coming from. I'm sure you know that too.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you with another hard-hitting question, Nick.
Yeah.
Outside of MDN, I know that it's a big part of your life. You're very well involved in MDN.
Yeah. But
outside of MDN, where do your passions lie? What do you get up to in your spare time? Your free hobbies?
Next question. No. Nothing. No. No, I have a life, I think. So I do like quite a various few things as well. Like being education exec, it takes up quite a bit of my time. I play volleyball and basketball. So I play volleyball for the Monash club. So the competitive club. Cool. Shout out Monash University Volleyball Club. I also am part of another club. So the Commerce Computing Association.
Very nice.
CCA. I do like what the industry team does here. So I'm like a sponsorship officer. I go out and I talk to sponsors for them as well, and I'm looking.
Where are you finding the time for this?
Where am I finding the time for this?
In terms of a skill, obviously you train a lot of students in the workshops in the outreach program, but in terms of a skill that you would love to master and one that like you wish you could just be perfect at, what would it be?
Oh gosh, I think.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I have like two skills that I want to master.
Okay.
One is like kind of like half jokingly, half not. But then the other one's serious. So I'll start with the serious one. I think being able to pick up being able to learn like perfectly. Like I don't know, that sounds so weird. Like what learning everyone can kind of learn, but like when I say like. I want to be able to like pick up new concepts like really quickly and be able to master it. I would love that ability. I feel like that's so underrated. Like it would help me in my full-time uni study.
Some people just have a knack for it. Like, they can just pick up content. So
exactly. Like you could just like, cause you know that moment where like that aha moment, like when someone's teaching you and it's like it all clicks. I wish I could have that like instantaneously, like the first time it comes to me.
Life would be good.
Life would be really easy, but that's why I picked it.
And also photographic memory. I feel like that would just be.
Yeah, that would be super helpful.
Life would be good.
No, life would be really easy. And then the other one is like, as bad as it sounds, I'm gonna label it the art of persuasion.
Okay.
I was gonna say gaslighting, but like.
Gaslighting.
But like, that's what persuasion is, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, no.
But like, imagine if I was like able to do that on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Like.
In what context?
Employers.
Yes. Sway your way into the job.
Yeah. Imagine if I managed to like gaslight someone into thinking that I was a qualified doctor or something like that.
If anyone could do it.
Don't take me seriously on that.
He's just joking.
I'm just joking for legal purposes. I would never try to lie my way into a professional degree that would take X amount of years to be qualified in. But no, but like I would absolutely love to be good at like as bad as like the stigma around whatever TikTok puts on it. Like imagine if you were really good at gaslighting to the point where it's like so subliminal.
Then no one could even tell.
No one could even notice.
Even tell.
Yeah.
I feel like you're pretty good at persuading.
Well, I can't. It doesn't work on you, right? Because you're too smart for it. No.
You're too smart for it, right? Persuade your way onto the marketing team.
But I am on the marketing. You literally just texted me that I was on the marketing team.
Nick's an honorary member of the marketing team, always. So.
I mean, like, I kind of like hang out with you guys, like,
of course.
Basically.
We're a very welcoming team.
Yeah.
Guys, anyone looking to join the marketing team, we're always.
Hit me up. I'll
hit Nick up.
Olivia is like just the face.
Just a temporary manager.
Just temporary. I'm hijacking the team.
Boy.
I think like when I stepped into education, I think it's important to understand the timeline. So I'll say what we're trying to do, and then I'll back it up with like where the education branch is right now. So the goal is to like to build a brand of education. So MDN education is kind of like the term I've been using around.
I like it. It's got a good ring to it.
Yeah, MDN education, it does. And what we want to be is like leading educational group that involves themselves in AI, deep learning and HPC, or AI technologies for that matter. Whether that's to secondary students like we are doing with the outreach, or tertiary students as well. I think that is like one of like the biggest, I think it's one of the more likely, like that's the trajectory we're heading. That's what I'm trying to say here. And the trajectory is like that because I think education hasn't been around in MDN. It's the youngest branch.
Yeah, that's right. What year was it that?
So it was 2021. Right. I think also part of my vision, and just like internally for the people who are inside of education as well, is to I want like tangible projects and meaningful projects for law and ethics and outreach to work on as well. So something that during your time in the team you can show that yes, you did this. In this project I worked on consolidated skills of communication, critical thinking and whatnot, and I think that's really important, especially like if you want to show like employers out there as well that you've done something meaningful with whether it's a STEM related field like AI and deep learning and HPC that we like ourselves, or anything for that matter. Just like how the deep learning and HPC project teams have projects to show off, like they can show off their GitHub projects and whatnot, we can show off our projects, and that's kind of what I want as well for us.
What would you say is like the most proud projects that you've completed or worked on?
I think
a school event.
That's a really good question actually. So there are a few ideas that come to mind. I think I also like add moments as well, like favorite moments as well. I think I think my favorite, we did a workshop with Mick Rob and
most recent one?
One of the most recent ones, one of the more recent ones, and I thought that was like really exciting because that was the first time I oversaw new recruits going into it, and then they did really well. Was it
a proud moment?
I feel like I was like, oh, this is really exciting. The team's doing really well, and I don't know, it felt very nice to see, because I know at the start when I asked them, we asked, do you have any workshops experience? And they were like, oh, I don't, but that's the reason why I'm applying, and that's completely fine as well. Exactly. So it's really good to see them step out of like their shells and whatnot in that sense. I think in terms of like projects, I think one of the things that I think it's also another, it's two of them actually. I think the law and ethics framework, even though I came on kind of the tail end of it as well, I'm really happy that it's off the ground, because this is like...
They've done an incredible job.
Yeah, they've done a wonderful job of it, and I think it's really important going into the future that we have safe, ethical frameworks for our technical projects to follow as well, to have like ethical ways of obtaining data, using that data as well. It's the whole reason why the Law and Ethics Committee was formed as well, so it's really good to see that finally up and off the ground as well. As well as for like in the future when that team moves on, they can say, hey, we built a framework that's quite progressive in
and
nature.
Actually transferred onto the projects, which is pretty cool.
Exactly, and I think the people, the law and ethics team will really like benefit from that as well. I think for an outreach project, I was really I'm really happy that we have a Python basics workshop series, which is coming out soon at the time of this.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah, it's really good. For me personally, I'm really excited to see to actually like conduct this at a school. Yeah. Because I think it would be really fun, exciting, and the kids it's one of our most engaging ones in terms of like the kids will actually get to do a lot of just like sitting down and just coding.
And I feel like being at a school, like that's so exciting to have, like firstly people coming in from uni, but also to learn these skills that they may never have experienced before.
No, exactly. I think some schools don't offer, obviously not all schools are able to offer these kind of things, and that's where we can step in as well. The challenges for these workshops is there's because there's so much we want to put in as well.
In
so
such
it's going to
little
be
time.
such little time,
Yeah.
maybe like a 45-minute teaching period. But I really
really
want to see, how this one goes, because I think
Yeah.
this one can be like a really big favorite amongst schools as well, because it's super engaging, I think, and the kids will have get a lot out of it. Yeah.
Well, we might wrap it up there. Thank you so much, Nick, for joining us today.
No
we really
worries,
appreciate it. You've done a great job.
Sure.
Killed it once again.
Thank you.
Let us know if you ever want to join the marketing team for more updates. You're always invited.
Consider this my application.
Cheers.